Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new Naruto manga 643 prediction. And man, it feels great to be back. Like, I feel like I haven't done a video in like several weeks or so. Like, I've just been absent from YouTube. So, I mean, I really think I'm not going to do these videos like every other week. I think I'm going to go back to doing these videos like every week because it really throws me off my grind. I should have been throwing out other videos throughout the week other than the predictions, obviously. But not doing the predictions, I guess I'm not gonna say made me less motivated, but they help me knowing that I have to do one every week. Kind of reminds me the fact that I have to throw that I should throw out other videos as well. So kind of removing them or doing them every other week, it throws me off completely and helps me. I guess kind of gets me to be a little bit lazy, I guess, with my videos. So anyway, before I get started on this, I want to say one more thing to all of you guys out there. If any of you guys out there are Hunter x Hunter fans, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to do reviews on it, but I just want to let everybody know that I'm into Hunter x Hunter now. I know it's very popular amongst a lot of you guys, and I like the series now myself. I finally decided to get in the series a couple weeks ago and literally spammed through a bunch of episodes, and finally I am all the way caught up to the anime. I'm trying to catch up as far as the manga goes, although I do know bits and pieces of what happens in the manga. But of course, I'm caught up with the Chimera ants and all that stuff going down. Maybe I'll make a video just saying what I think about it as far as like my thoughts about Hunter x Hunter. If you guys want that, I don't mind doing that. But anyway, let's get on to this week's Naruto chapter. All right, now I'm not sure if I'm going to give a synopsis of every single thing that happened, but the main things that we do need to think about in this week's chapter of Naruto is the fact that, okay, for one, Obito is also using a new technique that I guess he started using since he gained control, like full control, over the Ten Tails power, where he can nullify, ninjutsu. Like he can completely like negate ninjutsu. Period. And then we also, of course, have a moment in the chapter where Obito starts to get inside Minato's head, as far as like telling him, "You were never there for us, Sensei. You never told us anything. I mean, basically, you never. Anytime something went down, you never helped us out. You were always gone. You were always somewhere thinking about the time with Ren. They didn't show the time where he got crushed by the boulder, but I guess that would be a time that you could consider as well. And Minato, I mean, kind of got to him. He was thinking, dang, I really, have somewhat failed. And then he thought about the fact that when Obito attacked the village, he didn't even recognize that it was him. And of course, Obito even noted that as well. And Minato was saying, if I would have been able to think of who, actually catch on to who he was and knew who he was, maybe I would have actually been able to figure out, or maybe may have been able to save him, and then Kushina wouldn't have had to die, Naruto wouldn't have to die. And then we also have the part of the chapter as well where Naruto pretty much he lands a blow on Obito, which I'll kind of go ahead and jump into right after I talk about this. But yeah, he lands a blow on Obito and sends him flying towards the ground. And when he sends him flying towards the ground, he tells him, don't get mad or don't, talk badly about my dad just because you couldn't become Hokage. And, of course, that was a nice little touching moment. And then at the end of the chapter, you had Minato and the I guess you could say the dark QB or the shadow QB standing right behind him, talking about how even this version of himself, is getting a little bit moved by Naruto, and that pretty much is where the chapter ends. I think he said something along those lines, but that's pretty much where the chapter ends. Now, what I really want to jump into is the whole Senjutsu thing, and then I'll talk about as far as the rating for the chapter. One thing that I like, and I've seen a lot of people on the forums trying to wrap their brain around this as well. Like, I know there's been a lot of confusion as far as, is Senjutsu a weakness of Obito? Like, is he weak to Senjutsu? Or does it just omit the technique Obito is using? But I'm kind of wondering if more or less it's a weakness to Obito. And the reason why I say that is because before Obito actually used the this new jutsu, I guess you could say, where he can nullify ninjutsu, he still had extremely high durability as far as we seen he like lost his mind and he was in the Jubi state when he first turned into the Jinchuriki state. We saw like he attacked what's his name's Tobirama. And Tobirama, of course, he was able to regenerate after that attack. You see, he's still not able. His arm and leg is still not gone. And then I'm pretty sure the third is going to come back too, because I know a lot of us are wondering probably where the heck is the third? Is he done? Is he finished? I think he only gained this ability where he can negate ninjutsu, since I guess you could say he actually was able to gain full control over his body. I feel like he still has high durability, but I think Senjutsu, I guess, is somewhat like a kryptonite to him because it would be kind of strange if he just got wounded by Rasengan for like no reason. I mean, to me it would be. But yeah, we saw him got hit with the Rasengan, so I definitely think it has to do with, since the Jubi has natural, it's like a boundless amount of natural energy, that the Senjutsu chakra has some unique effect on the Jubi's body. So I don't know exactly what it is. I'm looking for more of an explanation, not next week, but the week after. And the reason why I said the week after, because I believe we're supposed to have like no chapters next week. I believe there's like Shonen Jump is like going on break or something like that. So that means even One Piece fans, you won't be getting a One Piece chapter. And of course, we still have several weeks for Bleach to wait. Which I miss Bleach so much. But anyway, this chapter, as far as the explanation goes, I mean, we see Senjutsu has an effect on him, which makes a lot of sense because Obito does need weakness. He's so overpowered right now. I mean, nothing's working on him. I mean, his attacks can easily go through almost pretty much anything, and now we even found out it can even negate ninjutsu. On top of that, the only thing it seems like that I guess his techniques don't affect, thanks to Gamakichi, what we see is the Senjutsu. I mean, he can pretty much destroy anything else other than Senjutsu. So I'm definitely thinking that in the next coming chapters, we're going to see, a pretty sweet transformation from Naruto. Now, before I get on that transformation, let me give the rating for this week's chapter. Now, as far as the pacing is concerned with this chapter, I feel like it was pretty solid. Wasn't, like anything like where I felt like, I mean, the chapter wasn't moving like extremely fast paced. I don't feel like we really, didn't get enough of certain parts. I feel like, they focused mainly, since it focused mainly on the Tobirama, Naruto, Sasuke, their whole team fighting against Obito. There wasn't really like any jumping around or anything like that, so no problems with pacing. Artwork actually was pretty good this week, at least to me. It was good last week too, because I know sometimes I feel like probably the last 30 chapters or so, there have been a couple chapters in there I felt like the artwork was a little shaky, but the past, I'd say, two weeks or so, we've gotten pretty solid chapters as far as artwork goes. I've really enjoyed it. They looked pretty nice, so artwork was good. I think that the hmm, as far as the cliffhanger was actually pretty good too. So I mean, I like the cliffhanger with the Shadow Kurama at the end. I think that, in fact, I would say that was excellent. So okay, we had a great cliffhanger. Artwork was pretty nice. Pacing was pretty good in my opinion. Not really much else to talk about as far as a rating goes. I like where it's going. The fight is going at a decent pace, and we're getting a little bit of information revealed about Obito's weaknesses. So I guess that would be something else that someone will want to note as well. As far as anything bad is concerned, I couldn't really find too much wrong with this chapter. I mean, if I were to give any negatives, I do think that sometimes flashbacks were overdone a little bit. Like, I don't feel like the parts where we got the panels where Minato was thinking back to the fight where him and Obito had, that was necessarily needed, but it wasn't the worst. And the reason why I say it wasn't the worst is because it wasn't like we got full pages of of the same fight or whatever going on, which we've had that before. So I'm not really going to take too much about it. To me, this was just a pretty good average chapter, pretty good, I would say, or I'd say solid, So I'm gonna go with Jonin Lvl on it. I think it was a Jonin Lvl chapter, really good. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was definitely a great read. Now, as far as my prediction is concerned, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there have probably predicted this as well. I'm definitely thinking Naruto pretty soon is going to be going to the Sage Bijuu mode. Like, I thought he's going to do this a long time ago, although I thought he was going to do a chakra mode. But now that Minato is concerned, I think next week we're probably going to get a lot of dialogue with Minato and the Nine Tails, or the Shadow Nine Tails, and he's probably going to go ahead and they're probably going to talk about giving Naruto the chakra. They probably just need to find the time when they're going to go ahead and give it to him. Because I'm pretty sure, obviously once this Nine Tails transforms to the Kurama, I'm pretty sure it's mainly going to be the Kurama's will that we know now. I don't think there'll really be a battle of wills or anything crazy along those lines. So yeah, we should see that. So we probably see a Sage Bijuu mode because obviously Sage mode probably won't necessarily be enough. He may have got something on Obito, because of the Senjutsu, but that's pretty much it. I mean, Obito has him beaten every other category. It's pretty much like Naruto with a like piece of kryptonite, I would say. And that's the only thing he has on Obito right now. Obito still right now is superior in every other way. And he's definitely going to need, a speed boost. Kurama's building up Naruto's chakra right now, so he can go into Bijuu mode. And now we have this other Kurama talking now. So I think that's going to be probably somewhat of what the conversation's about next week. So probably the chapter's going to start off with us seeing Kurama or the Shadow Kurama talking about Naruto and then talking about giving him the chakra. I foresee probably the middle of the chapter them kind of giving explanations on why Senjutsu is a weakness for Obito, and maybe the end of the chapter giving us some kind of special either fusion of the Sage mode and the Bijuu mode, or maybe actually see Hiruzen appear next week and start trying to do something, maybe towards the end of the chapter. I think the last half of the chapter will probably be a little bit more tricky to predict, but I think that that's probably when they're going to be leading up to like talking about Naruto combining both modes, or he's going to attempt to, and maybe all of them will go ahead and try to distract while he does that. That's what I think is going to happen. Obviously, I'm thinking Sasuke's time really isn't going to be in this fight. His time to me is going to come after this war because Naruto's far surpassed him right now. Right now. So I think this is going to drive Sasuke right after this war is done to get some major power boost in some way so there actually will be a fight between him and Naruto. I don't foresee him really having anything going on anymore as far as, power boosts are concerned in this fight. I think he's going to be kind of a little bit pissed after this is concerned, or after this is done. Kind of like he was when Naruto and him fought on the rooftop battle, and he saw Naruto get the Rasengan, then instantly he was ready to go get the curse seal power from Orochimaru and all that. It's probably going to be something along the same lines, I guess, except he's not going to Orochimaru. But pretty much this is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, the rating this week was Jonin Lvl. And that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to rate this video. So if you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't, then you can put a thumbs down if you want to. And subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content and you would like to see more. See you later.